Alrighty. Well, as Quirky said, we're on Eclipse, and in the bottom left corner, we have in the pink Protoss, Bayagstar. And in the top right, in the always olive Zerg, we have Mike Wilson, aka Kinetic. How's the sound, chat? Is that too loud? Is it too... not loud enough? Turn the music down. Alright. Just turn that music down. Turn the sound down at the same time. Safe measure.
So,
How's that? Gotta get some feedback first. Put music to minimum. Still too loud, yeah? Data Rabbit Roo says. I'll put it even lower. Zeski's a bit soft. Yeah, I figured that might be the case.
that's fine. Well, in the meantime, I'll talk about the game. So we have Kinetic coming in with a 9-pull gas. I'll do an extractor trick to get a couple of extra drones out. Meanwhile, it's a gate first coming in from Bayagstar. So Bayagstar, we never really got the proper pronunciations, but
I think it's Bayagstar, actually.
Bayagstar. Yeah,
how's the sound now, Rabbit? Just give me a quick... Oh, unless I'm too loud now. We went through audio checks, but as natural with these things, they never truly... cement in the actual cast. But yeah, it looks like we've got 9-pull, as Quirky said. With a 9-pull hatch, actually.
Yeah, against a gate first.
This is pretty good for Zerg, to be honest.
Pretty good. And especially with now the Zerglings coming down to try and surround. They could just jump on top of this Zealot, but the second one is coming, and with the speed of Eclipse about... Remember this, the rush distance is about
38
seconds.
Yeah, I think it's about 38 seconds.
Yeah, 38 seconds.
On Eclipse, but
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember fully either. I think it's 38 from... on the bottom of my heart, I think it's 38. Anyway, these Lings aren't really going to find too much damage. These Zealots are doing a pretty good job zoning out the Lings, putting pressure on them. He might get the gate a little bit. Maybe this probe? We'll see. Nah, keeping the probe at home, that's a pretty smart move. Don't really want to throw probes away just yet. We are going to be moving across the map with these 3 Zealots. Nothing's been really hurt at the moment. They've sort of just started looking at each other.
No, he just wants to get the probe out to see what's happening. And especially since Kinect's going 3 hatch before gas as well. So, but he's not really threatened by the amount of Zealots out at the moment. He still thinks that this group of 8 Lings will be enough. The 8, full 8, as I like to call them. Group of Lings, and you know, Kinect's doing a good job keeping these Zealots at home, and now with the Forge up, Kinect knows that he's not going to be having a big, it's not going to have a chance though to actually go in and do some damage, especially now with the natural up. Probe bags going in. Going to see that's 4 hatch before gas. So
yeah, I think it's going to be 5 hatch before gas. Usually you would get the 3rd gas already, roughly a similar time to your 3rd hatch.
Link's going in.
Yeah, getting quite a bit of damage.
Zealots. Well, one more pops out just in time.
Just in time. I mean, wow, that was quite pushing. But it looks like they're going to get on top of this probe and possibly on top of this cannon and force a cancel on this cannon, which would be pretty big. I mean, that's like 100, that's like, I'd say about 100 minerals loss, include the probe. Link's just going to be annoying, but we do have a Stargate now coming from Protoss. And I don't think we've taken a gas yet from Zerg, so hopefully they take their gas before. I mean, I trust Kinetic to get his gas before the Corsair's out, for sure. Is that like getting behind the mineral line there? We've got some Lings on the way to deal with this nasty little trick. It really annoys me when this happens to me in my games. This zealot. Oh, that was a very
good surround.
solid surround. Yeah, very solid surround. Absolutely cancelling that zealot from getting any further.
And now both the natural and main gas is being taken by Kinetic to start getting up that gas. Now the real question is it going to be Hydras or Spire?
I think it's definitely going to be Hydra. If you grab a Spire now, especially since you haven't started the lair, there's no way you're going to catch that Corsair coming out, which is going to be... Yeah, which is out, in fact. We're going to have the Corsair out already. Maybe he might get this Overlord on the way. No, he doesn't look like... Yeah, he will. He will stop for it. You'll definitely get that Overlord. But yeah, everyone's built. This has been a pretty standard game so far. I mean, not much has gone on. Just some fairly normal trades. That catch on that probe, the Zealot of the Third, though, was phenomenal. That was quite insane to see.
Yeah, but since there's been no pressure from Bayagstar, other than that one Zealot going across the map towards the third, it has allowed Kinetic to get up to this big macro state now that he's able to get the drones that he's able to get, start getting his Hydras. But now with these 4 Zealots going across the map, Zealot legs about 2/3 of the way done. Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how Kinetic responds with this. Bayagstar does see that the Hydras are out now, so it's going to be a little bit hard to poke in with these 4 Zealots. He is going to bring them back.
Yeah, they did quite a bit of pressure. They forced quite a few Lings out, those Zealots. That was definitely a good move out. But I think even better was not overcommitting with the Zealots, because Kinetic already has... He's nearly got his speed done now, but he had quite enough to defend. Unfortunately, Bayagstar didn't quite manage to force it any Sunkens. So that did... it ended up benefiting Kinetic that way. Looks like Zealot speed's finished now. +1 finishing at the same time. We're going to get a bit of a move out ready if we have any more Corsairs. I think we've stopped Corsair production now, though. And here we are in the middle of the map. We're about to get a little bit of a chase going on here between Kinetic's army and the Zealots going across the map. Getting a Zealot! Damn. Sniper Hydralisk. They had shotguns, or like shotguns with scopes.
They had 50 caliber rats.
Yeah.
But Bayagstar's got to be prepared for this. He has got his High Templars out. He is getting Storms about halfway done now. As now he comes to bust. A lot of Zealots, actually. Oh, we're going for the surround here. Brilliant micro from both these players, as 2 Hydras are going to go down, chasing after the others, but there's so many Hydras coming in from the reinforcements. A DT out as well.
Yeah, the DT is quite an interesting choice rather than like adding extra Templar. And it's gonna force these Hydras out.
Oh, speedy Hydras!
Yeah, that was interesting. But hopefully Kinetic starts to evolve Overlord speed pretty shortly to deal with the Dark Templar. It looks like he's got Overlords at each of his bases, so he shouldn't lose any drones. But yeah, the Protoss is definitely going to have a little bit of map control for the time being.
Yeah, but Kinetic's, he's pushing out with his Hydras again. This time Storm is ready. There is 1 High Templar. It's good enough for 1 Storm.
Yeah, 1 Storm's probably more than enough to handle this, I reckon, Quirky. I mean, he's not moving his Zealots yet, but as soon as the Storm's can absolutely delete. And he's got another one ready. Hopefully that one's got doesn't quite have energy yet.
No.
This could actually be a little bit disastrous, but it looks like he sees the Templar and he's backing off. I think it's a good call. You don't actually know if the Templar's got energy.
Here we go.
Ooh. Just snubbed it.
Not that high Templar.
He sort of just ran out there, didn't he? Wanted to give the Hydras a good old hug, but the Zealots are now just pretty strong. I mean, they've got +1. There's like about a group of them now. That's pretty tough. The face, unless you got away Hydra.
Yeah, I mean, no upgrades on this Hydra's researching just yet. I mean, with the 1-1. Still 0-0 against the 1-0 of the Zealots, so looks like a little bit extra damage as Max is actually trying to go take his third, but Hydras are here to try and interrupt that.
Oh, as you say, Quirky, he starts researching +1 attack.
Yeah.
He's on it. He heard you from beyond and responded accordingly. But it looks like, yeah, these Zealots getting a nice little surround on these Hydras here.
Ooh.
Nice little pick off. But yeah, Kinetic's lurker aspect just finished now. It shouldn't be too long till he just absolutely starts swarming this base. And once he does, it's going to be really hard for Bayagstar to actually push out and clear this location, because I've got to say, it's like someone who operates the Zergs quite a lot, and Protoss as well. Once you got that contain up, you feel pretty solid as Zerg. Like, it's a lot of units that you have, and they have to push into you, basically. It's really difficult to deal with. That's Protoss.
Actually, Bayagstar with these 11 Zealots that he has off to the side, and he still has a ACOS there as well. I was feeling he could actually attack the natural right now, and it would do a lot of damage. There's only one sunken. SimCity's not that great. The Hydras aren't there to, defend until about now, which he's making a ton of Hydras. But with these lurkers now starting to get morphed, it is going to be quite hard for Bayagstar to get out across the map.
Yeah, it definitely will. And those Zealots later on will either cause a little bit of pain between either them hitting this defense from the back, or like hitting a base like you said. Ooh, another Templar going down. That's going to be quite a lot of damage. This DT is going to try and deny this fourth base. But Kinetic does respond to it with a few Lings and a Hydra. Hopefully that's enough to clear it up. It should be. It should be more than enough. But yeah, the climax is coming, ladies and gentlemen. The contain is being built up, and soon Protoss will do an effort to try and bust it out.
Zealots are coming out from the side. Well, it's a nice storm in the middle. Kinect's not even responding in half. These lurkers are going down. The Zealots coming in from the sides. 11 Zealots I was talking about earlier. And with the Goon support, they are pushing this back, and Bayagstar, he's breaking out the contain.
Yeah, the contain's broken, and now Bike Wilson is on the run. And it looks like these Protoss have 1-1 upgrades. They are putting on the pressure, going right across the map over into Bike Wilson's rally point area. But it looks like Kinetic is going to respond, and he's going to put the pressure instead
High Templar!
Straight onto this Protoss. 2 High Templar going down. I think the last one ran out of storms. It's just Hydras against Dragoons at this point. Barely any Zealots remaining. Protoss are just absolutely melting under the pressure of these +1 Hydra. And 1 probe. That was the commander-in-chief right there. Goes down with his ship, with his army. That was a pretty good break from Bayagstar, breaking out of that natural. That was a really good timing. The lurkers weren't quite burrowed yet, only a few of them burrowed. He got his observatory quite early, and he just managed to just break out. Now he's able to put pressure across the map, and it's keeping Kinetic on his toes a little bit. Kinetic's still only on like 35 drones, Quirky. I mean, he's been pumping Hydra. Absolutely pumping it.
Oh, yeah. It's just been absolutely just... I want to start calling this sort of build the Hydro Pump.
The Hydro Pump, I like it.
Like, the Pokemon move, Hydro Pump.
Yeah, I like it.
But now Bayagstar's trying to get his third, but in the meantime, that allows Kinetic to come in. Oh, picks off the probe that was going to make it, but here comes the rest of the army. Actually, it's going to be a bit separated. And now it's going to get the sandwiching in. It's just this, beautiful storm on those bottom set of Hydras. An okay one in the center, and all these Hydras are going to get cleaned up.
But it looks like more Hydras are here, but I don't think it's enough, Quirky.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
They're going to get cleaned up. I think it's time to back off and drone a bit. I think the contained dream is over, but it's still 15 minutes, and the Protoss hasn't taken their third base. I think this probe out here is supposed to take that third base, but it's idling, so we haven't quite taken it yet. And you can't really idling as Kinetic, man. You gotta be on top of it.
Well, Alex is actually going to keep on pushing out again. This time he's got a Archon as well to help with the defense. I do like this Archon, especially against this Hydra push. Alex is just waiting for that 400 minerals so he can get that Nexus up. But, actually does manage to go straight onto the morphing lurkers here at the entrance, and Kinetic's in a bit of trouble here. But there's no detection in these two lurkers. They're going to be dealing a lot of damage. What happened to the observer?
I think I got sniped during the fight, but here comes a backup observer jumping up onto these two lurkers, storming onto the Hydra. There's not very much preventing him from just going into the natural right here. There's just two groups of Hydras out on the map, and it's not really much. Bayagstar's got a really good position here. Once his rallies arrived, he should be able to just bust open this Zerg. It's going to be really close. There's absolutely no lurkers in any of the bases.
Oh, moving those Hydras, giving a few free kills. As now here comes the fight, sandwich in between. A couple of Hydras coming in from that third base, but not going to be finding any damage.
Well, they did get a couple of Templar. I mean, this has actually gone pretty well for Kinetic. I mean, these Templar have just been sore at the back, and his back set of Hydras have just been trying to sandwich those Templar, but it looks like Kinetic's trying to rely on this one Sunken to buy him a little bit of time to bait out a couple of storms. But I think this is it. I think the climax is reached.
Storms.
Absolutely brilliant storms. Really massive last one there. Getting almost every Hydra in that location. And with that, I think the den's going to go down at the same time. GG is called.
GG.
Damn, that was a back and forth game. That's the term. Very back and forth game.
Was.
I really thought Kinetic had it at that point, but
yeah. I'll talk about it once we get into the game.
all right.
All right.
Oh, you go.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, there, spawning in the bottom right. The slightly greenish, the blue Protoss, as I shift tab. It is the Filipino Protoss, known as Bayagstar. And spawning here in the bottom left, the Red Zerg, down 1-0 in the series. Here's Spike Wilson, aka Kinetic.
It is interesting that he chose to go with Blake Wilson ID for all of these OSL games.
I think that's just his main ID now.
I think so, yeah. I think he's going to swap over to Blake Wilson pretty soon. He's only using Kinetic on some things. Eventually it'll be on almost never. Who knows? I'll have to talk to Kinetic about it after this series, but seems like pretty standard stuff. Probably going to be Gate FP as well, from Bayagstar once again. Do you have... Oh, yep.
So, I was about to say, I mean, Kinetic could always just, pull a time. I don't know whether you saw the Starcraft 2 World Championships in Katowice. But a player who recently changed their name, a Chinese player called Time. A really big underdog story. Really good. Won the entire thing. And he recently changed his name. So I'm thinking that's why Kinetic's doing it. He's doing it for the
long run. Once the name change and then he gets into the ASL, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, and it is that gate fast expand. Oh, 2 gate. Oh, because he
Oh, but I think
He scouted.
Yeah.
No, it's 2K because he scouted that it was hatch first. Like, Kinetic is going to see this.
Definitely going to see it, and he'll start preparing accordingly. Well, as soon as that hatchery is done, you can bet that a Sunken's going to go down over straight away. Is he going to get this probe?
Ooh. Oh!
Oh, that's some good jukes and jives going on here from Bayagstar. And he gives up the chase.
Get away.
Very nicely done. There was some excellent jukes going on there. Quite a lot of control. First Zealot's out.
And I do... Oh! Probes back in, damaging the hatch. Bit. And the Zealot is just going to get there just as the hatch finishes, so... Could prove a little bit difficult to getting up that one Sunken to try and help defend, and especially with this probe, if probe joins in with the attack, that's extra DPS. Oh, I love this. Oh, you almost, but
two Sunkens, two colonies down, really nicely done. That way you can just cancel one or leave both up. I mean, he's probably going to leave both up. Just go for two Sunkens, but it is a lot of money doing two Sunkens. It's a lot of investment, and that's taking away from Lings. But again, Protoss is 2-gate. Zealot coming in here now. But once these two Sunkens are up, pretty nicely on time. Yeah, I think Bayagstar, I think he might have had a timing before with the single Zealot, but he did wait for 3, and I think that sort of costed him an opportunity there. He could have really done some damage up maybe inside the main as well, just ran past the Sunken, going to the main. Get a couple of probes. Every drone is precious at this point.
It is.
But he's getting a gas and a pylon. Going into a pretty standard normal game. Nexus as well. We'll see what Kinetic does as a follow-up. What do you think he'll do as a follow-up there, Quirky?
Well, if he sees that it's this amount of Zealots, I feel like get maybe a full control group of Lings just to be safe. Keep them proking and prodding in. And then you switch into Spire, which we already see the lair starting to get started. So going into Spire, going into Mutas, because you know this tech is going to be delayed a bit as the Cybercore now just going down for Bayagstar. And going just full Ogre Gamer Mutalist would actually be a pretty decent idea, but ooh, using a Ling there, not helping out Connect there a little bit, and more Zealots are just getting made.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pumping consistently on the Zealots. I think you're right. I think as soon as we get our Mutalist Scout, these Zealots are going to be slowly less and less efficient. And if we do just jump, especially if it's 2-hatch Muta, we're going to get those Mutas pretty quickly. So we're going to start to have a lot of control here from Kinetic, possibly game ending. But we will have to see. These Zealots pushing out across the map are definitely going to make a complication. But we do have 2 Sunks already, so we are pretty set.
Yeah, but there's no lava, and Kinetic's just going for drones at this moment. Needs to be getting a couple more Lings out to try and help with the defense, but these Lings are just going to go around. There's one Ken going up, so actually if he decides to base trade, this would actually be a pretty fun game, but these 7 Zealots definitely going to be a hassle, and this third's going to have to be cancelled here.
Yeah, it's definitely a cancelled third right there. There's no way the Lings can support that and get that up and running. But
speed on the way. No, okay, Stargate just going down now. And the Spire's already halfway done, so there is a timing for these mutants to do damage, but the Zealots, they're coming up the ramp. Oh, good drone heal from Kinetic as these Sunken's doing a lot of damage. Gonna try and focus on getting some drone kills, but oh no, this attack's just gonna fizzle out.
Absolutely fantastic work. I think Bayagstar only managed to get 2 drones from what I saw, but absolutely excellent drilling from Kinetic. Absolutely destroyed those Zealots, and that really takes a lot of wind out of Bayagstar's sails. Kinetic can even try and get his third base up again, And these mutas are going to come out now, so Bayagstar won't be able to cancel the third this time, because these Zealots are definitely going to put a bit of pressure on.
But now the Stargate's up, one Corsair being made, cannons being made towards the entrance. I don't think Bayagstar has... Yeah, he hasn't even got vision of this, of the main, so he doesn't know that it's mutas. And with the mutas coming across the map, these are definitely going to be some dead probes.
Yeah, we do not have our cannons up yet. We've only got one Corsair, and 8 mutas could probably easily handle one Corsair. This is not really a challenge there at all. And it looks like Moving Shot is going to pick off the... Oh, just juked it. I think we're maybe chasing this Corsair a little bit too long, and it looks like Kinetic also thinks so. Or the Corsair will stop, and then we'll get it. But yeah, as I said, like, as soon as the mutas are out, Zealots are pretty much rendered useless. Because these mutas are just going to simply follow them down and just kill them. It looks like Bayagstar is adding the cannons. 3 cannons, in fact. Only 1 in the natural, though. We'll probably have to force out these probes from mining. Doesn't really need to respect this Corsair. Yeah, we just...
Oh, Corsair goes down. But these Zealots gonna kill off this third again, and with the shield battery support that Bayagstar is putting in towards that third, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, I almost completely missed that, yeah. Shield batteries going down plus the third base. The Kinetic was spending too much time in the natural and wasn't defending this base, so he is gonna get that third hatch.
I would have preferred maybe, you know, some cannons instead of shield batteries, yeah.
Yeah, I think a cannon. I think the idea behind the shield battery is that you try and like quickly get down the Nexus and recharge those Zealot shields. But yeah, perhaps cannons would have helped deal with the Mutalisk as they try to come in as well, get a bit of extra damage, while also providing assistance to the damage hatch. I do like that idea, Quirky. We got goons coming out.
Yeah, I feel like it's essentially, if you're going against this mass muta style, definitely be very, very helpful. And there are Scourge out as well in case, you know, the Corsair count does get a little bit too high. Okay, does manage to get one muta, but...
The amount of Corsair we've killed with muta today seems like they're saggy. I mean, they're not usually the case, but now we've got Scourge, which will easily eat up these Corsair. And we're just putting away so much damage on top of this natural. I mean, any probe that comes down here is just getting immediately eviscerated. Doing quite a bit of work. Looks like the 12 o'clock just got scouted. Or maybe it didn't.
No, yes, it did. There was a Zealot that just went past.
Oh, you're sending reinforcing Zealots. But I think Kinetic's just going to try and focus on these mutas, man. Low Corsair count. Just try and jump on top of it. Yeah, very nicely done. Although, yeah, mutas are still... They're getting low, and they're low count. But a lot of them are still quite healthy. Getting... Hydra's at home, already gone speed, I assume, because we are getting into range, unless he's getting range first, which would be quite interesting. This tech switch could catch Bayagstar by surprise, because he doesn't seem to have any Templar tech on the way. The Zealot count's pretty low. He's only got these 4 Zealots out. It's mostly goons. And these mutas have done absolutely God's work, Quirky. Absolutely God's work. They've done the damage they've needed. And now here comes the Hydra, busting through the front. There is just nothing here for Bayagstar.
Just 3 goons and a Zealot, which immediately died. And having 2 of your gates down on that low ground there is not going to help you at all.
Yeah, they just get quickly depowered by the Hydra. And as the rallying Hydra come in, now we're looking at about 15-16 Hydra. There's probably absolutely no respect that Kinetic needs to give for this Protoss base at all. We've got no Templar, no DT tech on the way. Only 3 goons and a Corsair to his name. The Zealots are just too far away. GG is cool.
GG. Saw it. Neb.
Alright, in the top left, we have, in the blue Protoss, it is from the Philippines, Bayagstar. And on the bottom left position, we have, he just took the last game with his 2H meter, it is Kinetic. But yes, Plasma was picked for game 3 here. For those of you who don't know much about Plasma or this map, Plasma is considered a semi-island map. As you can see, there's these very low mineral deposits right here that you can use to glide your worker across the eggs, because all units can't get through it except for workers if they're mineral walking. So these eggs kind of provide a defense for you while you get your base up and everything, which means you're pretty much protected from most ground units. You can break the eggs, they can be broken, and when you do, obviously you can get access to a new area, but there are a couple of locations of eggs between you and your opponent, so it does take quite a little bit to clear the eggs. And we usually don't see it descending into a proper game until about, like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, where most people have a lot of tech, if it gets to that stage. Yeah, Plasma is quite infamous.
But I do like CVP on this map, mostly because, standard CVP, you get that Stargate, you get the Corsairs, but particularly with Zerg, if you do get Lurkers, they can strike multiple eggs in a row when you're trying to break through to try and create a corridor for your units. So Lurkers more useful in this matchup on this map here than they are particularly for standard games, and it's going to be interesting to see what Bayagstar decides to go for. And he's just going straight for a quick core before Nexus.
Yeah, really, really fast core. I think it might be a one-base play here, or perhaps something similar to, like, maybe getting a quick Stargate or something before Nexus. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be like an air superiority fight in the beginning, usually in PvZ on this map. Maybe Remastered. I'm hoping, fingers crossed for Remastered. But yeah, we'll have to see what Bayagstar go for. I'm very curious with that really fast core and no Nexus. Right now, he knows the Zerg's in this location, but he hasn't shown himself yet. Until just now, when you'll see. Of course, Kinetic's got no idea where he is. He's still looking himself. Drone sort of wandering off in the middle of nowhere. I think it got a little bit lost. Pathing issues. Perhaps he'll follow this probe home. The other dirty thing on this map is because the sections are so large, you can actually hide gates and buildings and stuff. So there is always the potential that Bayagstar could have hidden 2 gateways, but I think that's what Kinetic was looking for with that little the drone scout going off to the side. But don't think that's obviously not the case today. Yeah, that's what I thought. Really fast scout.
Ooh, flying bananas.
Yeah, I've honestly never heard him refer to as flying bananas, but I'm now using that. I'm stealing that from now on. We are producing some bananas from Protoss.
Really, you haven't heard
I have
somebody refer to a scout as a flying
You are
banana?
the first, my friend. They don't even look like a banana, man. They're a straight line. I mean, they look like a fighter jet. But you know what? It works. Flying bananas.
Well, because they're yellow and because they're slightly... If you took away the wings, they would sort of look like banana.
It'd be the world's straightest banana, I guess. I mean, they're really vertical.
I mean, I think the... whatever. Anyway, first scout is out. It's going to get spotted by these 2 scouterlings. But I do like the decision to go for the early scout. It's pretty much they have the best anti-air in the game. With just straight 28 damage with their anti-air attack. But I do like this from Kinetic. He's already got the spores up and defending.
Yeah, really, really fast boards, because he did not want to invest anything into Hydrotech. He just wanted to go straight to Mutas. I'll probably be Scourge now. Scourge will absolutely tear into a Scout. They're not very fast without their speed upgrade.
Yeah, well, he only has made the one Scout, so it's not going to be anything. Like, it's not going mass Scouts, which I have fallen to that one time, and I just don't want to mention it again. It was
fair enough. I mean, I won't remind you of it. Will we get
I
this?
do like this. It's just one build, just mass gates with +1.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to get over the edge though. We don't see any Templar coming out yet.
It looks like he's just straight shooting them.
That might take a really long time, and by that time, Kinetic will easily have more than enough mutas to handle the Goon army. See, this is sort of all in now from Bayagstar. He really has to do damage with these 3 gates. I mean, this is just way too much tech and army on one base to really sustain to a longer game. And Goons need a lot of halving. I think you need at least 2 eggs, so that we're looking at easily like 10 eggs you've got to kill. And look, it takes like about 8 seconds to kill one, so... oh no, you only need the one! Okay, so we got 2 eggs.
If you have multiple, you're gonna need.
Yeah. And with Goon AI, you're going to need multiple eventually.
You're gonna need the whole eggs just disappearing.
Alright, the last egg goes down, but yeah, we've got our mutas already, we've got our Sunkens down. We're prepped for this. And there isn't really much Bayagstar will be able to do from here. I mean, he should be running into these Sunkens, and it's going to be really tough.
Now just trying to go through that one. Only 2 goons made it through.
Yeah, and if Kinetic sees this, he just immediately jumps on him. It's just really hard to get goons through a cap like that. Yeah, and he's trying to go for the second set of eggs, but as soon as that happens, we're going to get our link speed up, our carapace up, and additional meters up. It's going to be really difficult to get for this all-in to do additional damage. Yeah, we're just waiting, and now we're just going to jump on top of these goons. Can't quite jump into a group of them yet.
Yeah, I think he underestimated the number of goons there.
Yeah, he's even adding Sunkens. He wasn't quite happy with that, but that's okay because you know at this point of Zerg, Protoss is pretty all in. It's going to take a lot for the Protoss to bust you now.
I do like it. From Bayagstar, he's adding 4 Zealots in to tank those hits of the Sunkens and potentially mutas as well. It's more mutas now, up to what's that? 5, 9. Gonna be going up to 13 mutas.
And I suspect we'll be seeing even more beyond that. But yeah, this sunken wall plus the lings and the mutas, it's going to be really difficult to bust.
Oh, the axe is going in. He's targeting down the first sunken. Mutas coming in. And the right side of that wall is going to be going down. Now it's just one zealot and a whole heap of goons, and actually a bit of panic mode here for Kinetic, I think, because I feel that's enough goons that they can tackle these mutas.
Yeah, there's about eight goons left. 8 goons left to like about 6 mutas, 4 mutas now. It's getting pretty dicey, but I think these rallyings should be more than enough to clean up. I'm surprised how well that attack did, to be honest. Maybe the arch really helped Bayagstar to break through those Sunkens, but again, Bayagstar is still on a timer here. He's got no base behind this, and if Kinetic holds, he's a whole base in front. So it's going to be up to Bayagstar to really crack this base. It looks like GG from Kinetic. Felt like he couldn't hold on anymore.
Alrighty. We have here spawning up in the top right of Ringing Bloom. Yeah, that's right. It's Ringing Bloom. We have the Red Zerg. From Australia, he is Mike Wilson, aka Kinetic.
And in the opposite corner, we have... the opposite side of the map, we have, in the blue Protoss. He chose Plasma, and now he's going to get Ringing Bloomed. It is Bayagstar. I mean, I think it's only natural after playing on Plasma. You might get a little bit tilted and decide that, hey, I'm going to go Ringing Bloom, and I'm probably going to go 9-pool Sunken Rush. I suspect that's what's going to happen here, and it looks like Bayagstar is going for proxy gates, straight up, which will be unfortunate since Kinetic's going for 6-pool. 7-pool, either one.
That's 6-pool. That's 6 workers.
Plus the one that made it would be 7, I guess, but...
Oh my god, he's gonna see the proxy gates.
Or maybe he'll walk straight past and get to the Zerg base, either Protoss base, either one. I mean, it's pretty bad. Zealots are really bad at killing the Sunkens, and even though we're getting really fast Zealots, yeah, this Sunken wall is insanely difficult to bust.
It just spots it.
For those who don't know, Ringing Bloom has these overmine cocoons that you can actually build a Sunken underneath it. It's supposed to help Zergs defend, but often you'll see it used offensively as well. And yep, so it looks like Mike Wilson will see the gateways, and he'll probably just start pumping out Lings to deal with that.
Yep, immediately got 6 Lings out on the map. Gates are up, but I don't think these Zealots are gonna get out in time as... It's gonna try and kill the...
I suspect the rush distance on Ringing Bloom anywhere is really long, so I suspect that these Zealots might get out, but will they be the only Zealots on the map is a big question. The pylon's already half health. Zealots getting on top of these Lings. Oh, and he gets the probe!
Oh.
Now
and
that's...
immediately, I see a red dot underneath and the creep spreading from the cocoon.
Yeah, that's pretty deadly. With that already up, it'll just be really hard. Then you just Sunken crawl from here. It's going to be really difficult. I think the battery's been placed. I think his idea is that he's going to try and battery the Zealots, but yeah, he's only got 2 Zealots out. Trying to restart the pylon in the proxy gate location, but he left 2 Lings here. And yeah, here's going to be the problem that he's going to face. Or he didn't turn this, I can't even click on it.
Oh, yeah, Sunken.
I think he didn't quite turn this creep colony. Yeah, he didn't quite turn this creep colony into a Sunken colony.
I think it's pretty hard to select.
It's quite hard to select, yeah. I mean, even as an observer, I've got to like click the very corner. Now, imagine that, but there's only like 1 or 2 spots that an actual melee unit can actually hit. If we see bags to try, we'll be able to see it. It's quite difficult. Pylons once going down again, but he did manage to get 2 Zealots out this time, so now he's got 4 Zealots out, but there's just so many Lings, Quirky.
Yeah. Oh my god, the range of that Sunken. Oh, okay, no, he did turn the one underneath the cocoon.
Yeah, I think he did eventually.
Well.
Putting down a cannon to try and help ward off these Lings, but it's going to be pretty difficult. I mean, once the Sunkens are crawling back in range, there's not much you can do. Like, they're just going to absolutely feast on that Nexus. It looks like he's adding even more pylons. And these Lings are getting a pretty good surround on top of this cannon. Ooh. And the Zealots going down as well. I think Bayagstar might just tap out pretty shortly here.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, we're down to like a probe, 7 probes and a zealot that's nearly dead.
I feel like if he said, okay, yeah, now he's sending 4 zealots. He has 4 zealots in the center of the map, and actually, if he set that across, oh, he needs to build a building. He has enough to make a nexus.
Yeah, that could. And it looks like he's spending it straight up on this nexus. Kinetic's trying to race down these buildings, but really don't have that much priority. Kinetic's in a bit of trouble here. It looks like this counterattack's going to do quite a bit of damage. He needs to get these links home. And they do chat around.
Yeah, sunken getting made. Well, creep colony actually getting made in the base, and it's only 5 workers. There's 6 workers here for actually Bayagstar, so you can actually keep on mining once that nexus up. Creep colony getting targeted. Nice drone drill coming in from Kinetic, but now with the lings and all the probes, and actually that's not really focusing right on the right zealot, and creep colony's gonna go down.
Ooh, a couple of drones. Creep colony goes down.
Drones left.
4 drones, but look, there's like only the. Ooh, he neatly putting the zealots behind the mirror lines. Gonna trade really well against those lings. Really nicely done. The nexus is almost up for Bayagstar here.
Yeah, but he has no army.
Yeah, absolutely no army. Only just now resuming mining. It's going to take him a little bit before he can get those zealots up, and I don't think they're even going to get out because these pylons going to go down. And as soon as Kinetic works out where this Nexus is, which you can bet you he's going to start fanning out these lings, it's going to be pretty difficult. Let's go,
Who
Rebel.
wants this fight?
Who's the Rebel?
But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he can start fanning out those lings. Gonna check all the other. He knows that there's no base up in that top left.
Yeah, he knows there's no base, but it might take him a little bit to remember where all the bases are on this map. There's quite a few. There's like the other feature of Ringing Blooms, you get an in-base natural. Although we didn't get to quite see that play out.
Rebel Wilson.
Oh, Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson.
Next that. Anyway. Alright, Forge going down towards this main.
I think we're going to try and cannon up to defend our base, but Speedlings are pretty good against cannons when they're not defended properly. And if there's
Speedlings don't have
good
speed.
surface area. Yeah, but we did take gas, or we are taking gas. We'll get it eventually.
Oh, they're all converging on this spot now.
Yeah, I think it's been worked out where they are. He comes 6 lings initially. He sees the cannon. We'll see if Bayagstar can drill his way to victory here. But no, I think these lings will happily trade against these probes. GG.
Well,
that was a spicy game indeed. There was a lot of
that was
back and forth there. Really nicely done from Kinetic. Oh, I incorrectly gave Kinetic the score just before. Just a little bit. Alright, in the bottom left, on match point, we have Bayagstar. And in the opposite corner of the map, we have Rebel Wilson, according to Probe Life. Match point for both of these. On the map, match point. Yeah, this is a very perfect map, I guess, for where this series is headed.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's been so long since I've played on this map. Gotta remember.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting map, this one. We'll just have a look. Well, the game gets started here. It has, like, this interesting choke here with the mineral block. And then, like, the choke between here as well. All flat map, by the way. And the third base is a mineral only.
Oh, what was the name of that map? A couple of seasons back, it was a 2-player map, exactly set up like Match Point, except it had the extractors or power plants on the side next to the natural that opened up the high ground part.
You're thinking of Benzene.
No, it wasn't benzene.
It wasn't benzene on the high ground with the power generators?
Yeah.
That's the only one
Yeah,
I know.
with two. It was a 2-player map.
Yeah, it's benzene.
I swear it isn't. I feel like it had a different name.
I swear you're talking about benzene. It's got power generators on the high ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up.
Who's playing? We got as Bike Wilson, or aka Kinetic. It's our red Zerg. And our blue Protoss from the Philippines is Bayagstar. Thanks for tuning in there, Panda. Oh, Doodle Doodle. I don't know why you're still up. You should be asleep, but thanks for the follow.
No, it's not benzene. I'm looking.
I swear it's benzene. Benzene's the one with the power generators. On the high ground, like the third mineral only. But you know what, Quirky? In this game, though, we've got Nexus First coming from Bayagstar. We're going all out.
Ooh. I do like that.
I wonder how Kinetic's gonna respond to this, if he can. He does see the Nexus First. He'd be pretty upset over that. I can imagine. It's an odd place to put a gate. Putting it right above there. That reads like a lot of surface area. I guess it leaves a lot of surface area for cannons, but yeah, like the ling potential to run by is quite high.
I mean, if you do put 2 cannons just underneath the gateway, could be enough, and once you get enough army, you can mine out that mineral patch.
I think mining out that mineral patch is pretty difficult. It's 16, so you need like 2 workers to mine it out. And that would take like about, I think each miner takes like 7 seconds to mine, so it's about 14 seconds of combat you've got to do against all those cannons, which would be quite a lot. Probe goes down, and now we're going to be setting up a follow-up scout. But we do have 6 lings on the map, which will probably run into this probe. We'll see if Kinetic has the reaction time before we see it. Doesn't quite see the probe. Oh, he does just sees the probe. Turns around very quickly to deal with that probe scout.
That's a lot of lings. With speed.
Yeah, speed should kick in any moment now. Looking at 12 lings.
Cannon up.
But yeah, like I said, like this is a massive choke. He's going to have to pull a lot of units to hold it. That does work quite nicely, actually. 3 probes. Oh, that's right. I always forget. I always forget that the mineral is not ling type. I always forget that on this map, and it always catches me off by surprise. And now we're going to go straight for the Nexus. Oh, he just dances around these probes. Looks like he wants to get on top of these zealots instead. Maybe run in with some reinforcements later on. If he manages to get this Nexus, that would be pretty big. He definitely could.
He was gunning for it.
Going back into the main with these Zerglings. He's not getting too much damage done with these lings, but just them being in here is enough of a distraction. Forcing cannons, really painful for Bayag, so really disrupting the build quite a lot here.
Oh.
Usually even 2 speedlings in the base is really annoying.
Trading efficiently against the Zerglings as it kind of finishes off here. But Kinetic is going for that Spire, and especially with the interruption to the gas mining. Needs to get that core up, and he's getting it up now.
Ooh, Zealot across the map though. And there's no lings at home to defend. 4 on the way now. I don't think the Zealot will get too much damage. Looks like the lings have nearly popped out. But yeah, this will be quite a bit of damage. If Kinetic's not aware. And he is microing these lings from across the map, trying to still get a bit of damage done. Zealot got 2 kills. Looks like he got 1 ling, 1 drone. So some damage done.
That should be enough for him to hopefully get something done is now Spire done with 4 meters on the way. Stargate getting made as well.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
But I already do like the setup. He's already got a cannon, 2 cannons in the main going up. He's got the 2 at the front.
Oh yeah, but he needs to block this though. If there are a lot of lings coming, he could easily pounce on this little engagement here. Hopefully he's learned his lesson. He's gonna block that mineral. I don't think that pylon that pylon doesn't block that entrance. I don't think. But yeah, these 4 meters are getting in here without a single cannon up. Gonna absolutely start tearing into these probes. Not really much they can do here. They'll be forced to back off.
If he sends all the zealots across the map, you could drill the mutas pack and actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah, but any zealot you send down to the map now will just be killed. Especially this close, and he's got lings here. You'll see it, and he'll just deal with it. It is probably the one of the better moves you can make here, but it's really dicey. If you don't have cannons or Corsair to really help, it's super dangerous.
Yep, the thing is, they can draw mutas back.
Yeah, drawing the mutas back is definitely why you would do it. And you'd really want to get your cannons up, but it's just gonna get more and more dire though, like as we get further along.
Ooh.
Jumping on top of that Corsair, just absolutely jumping on top of it. And these cannons are not in good positions. They are not gonna help each other that much at all.
Oh, another Corsair going down.
It's just...
but he only has 4 meters left.
4 meters left, and he's got a Scourge in the way, but he is producing 8 more at home. These cannons are slowly getting up there, and I think he's going to lose all his meters to this cannon. Thinking he'd get it, but he didn't quite. Zealot's going across the map to try and do a bit of counter-attack damage, like you said. Yeah, it's just not looking great for Bayagstar right now, Quirky.
It is not.
These meters are just so dominant now against these zealots. And we've made so many cannons now, which is good for dealing with the meter, but is not great for our progression. Plus one air weapon.
Not even a good position.
We've even gotten a second Stargate to try and get even more Corsair up, but Kinetic knows that if you as long as you keep matching it with the Scourge production, you should be on top of it, on top of those Corsair.
Needs to get some cannons up, like towards that top pylon he has at his natural, just the one above his mineral line.
Yes, it's pretty exposed, that mineral line, or maybe more inside it. They're both very exposed, But the double Stargate's definitely going to help alleviate the pressure, but it's not going to help against this Hydra switch that we just saw from Kinetic. The Hydrogen going down, 2 hatches going down as well. This 5-hatch Hydra. And I don't think we have a Citadel going at all, so we're very much invested into these Corsair while Kinetic's trying to transition out. It's really not a good situation for Protoss here, and he's just got no scouting information, so he does not know that these Hydras are coming.
I mean, he did the same in Game 2 and absolutely wrecked Bayagstar, but with the amount of Corsairs that he has, I do feel like he can just go across the map, snipe a lot of Overlords. No. That'd be it. Yeah, he comes. Oh, Muta's getting sniper. Here comes the Scourge. Good dodging there. And Corsairs aren't going to get an Overlord for free, so...
Ooh, but these Scourge are going to jump on top of these? Oh no, just quickly jumps off.
That's a lot of Scourge, but now the Hydras are getting made. Hydra speed on the way. Only 3 Zealots as a ground army here for Bayagstar. Let's finally get the Citadel up. Protoss legs getting researched.
Yeah, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to need a lot more than Zealot legs to get out of this next section of the game. Ooh, really good connect with those Scourge.
It saves 5 Corsairs, I think, from the 7 he had.
He's getting a lot of Scourge killed. I mean, he's trading really well against these Scourge, and if he can, the +1 with like the double Stargate is definitely a menace. You can quickly start shutting down so many Overlords, and that could just get him into this next phase of the game, and possibly end the game. It is going to be an uphill battle from here. He did not have the starting that he needed with those 6 Lings getting into his main so early.
And going to sacrifice 1 Corsair to save the rest, but now the Hydras are getting up in force. More Scourge across the way. Coming across. Because I think Kinetic does realize, oh, this number of Corsairs. Yeah, no Overlord's going to be safe. So he's just going to try and get as much Scourge as he can to try and take down the Corsair number as best as he can. Now Hydra's going across the map. Actually, with this cannon setup and the amount of Zealots he has, I do think Bayagstar might be in a bit of a position to hold, especially if...
I think you might be right there, Quirky. I think he is in a position to hold. The question is...
can he?
Well, maybe not if he leaves these, the safety of the cannons, but it looks like he just manages to kill all the Scourge there. Really nicely done with the Corsairs.
Oh, but the Corsairs now they're out of position.
Didn't quite manage to get that Overlord with the Corsairs, but Kinetic didn't manage to snap any of the Corsairs during that either. Yeah, there is a lot of cannons here, you're right. But 15 Hydras are in production. As soon as this gateway goes down, there's really not much preventing these cannons from being sniped. Especially if, or if he goes into the other route, which is grab lurkers and just contain them on 2 days.
Well, which he is. He's getting that lurker aspect now. But more Hydras going across the map. How many meters are there? 2, 3, 4 meters. Yeah, and now the Corsairs, they're going across the map. They're going to try and see what they can find.
Yeah, that will definitely be forcing some Hydras back home. Oh!
Oh!
Getting a couple of Overlords at least. Maybe these Hydras will drive them back, but no, these Corsairs are committed. Maybe a little bit of an overcommitment here. We're losing quite a few Corsairs.
And here comes the engagement.
Yeah,
all the mules at the front are dead. The Hydras aren't really pouncing on these cannons. They're focusing on the Zealots. So just allowing the cannons to just go to town.
Yeah, I think it's just a few too many cannons and a few too many Zealots. But remember, like, every cannon is just further delaying Bayagstar's build. Like, Storm has only just started now. The Archive started just a couple of minutes ago. And these Corsairs are super low Corsairs. Oh, well, catches one. Maybe
Tags
not.
one?
Maybe not quite catching the others.
Oh. Yeah, he's trying to get to the safety of his cannons at home.
But it's not good. Yeah, it's not gonna.
Oh!
Gets to it the last minute. And didn't quite manage to continuously micro the Corsairs on top of the cannons, so we lost quite a few there. And that's gonna really hurt. Now we've lost our air superiority. These lurkers are really without, and we don't have obs at all. We don't have a robo or obs. We got 4 Templar on the way with Storm nearly done. But yeah, this little lurker contain is getting up, and Kinetic is macroing it behind it like a beast with 42 workers. He's in a pretty good shape now. Robo just now going down.
Yeah, I will say, even though Bayags has been through a lot this game, he has managed to bounce back to an alright position.
Yeah, it's definitely been very, very close to a Bayagstar. He manages to just hold on with more than enough.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of that Stargate in his natural. I feel like. So that's just blocking everything. He has 4 High Templar, but that's going to be a pain to try and get out the front.
Definitely is alright. Like, imagine once the goons start popping out, yeah, just That's just going to be really hard to move anything around, especially with so many cannons already. Yeah. But we already got 9 lurkers down, and more to come. Another 5 on the way. We're gonna have more than 12. It's just gonna be way too much.
That is 1 DT right now. There's no detection towards that front. You can sneak out, try and deny any future expansions from happening from the Zerg, but right now it's not looking good.
Yeah, I don't think we don't actually have an overlord, so yeah, maybe a DT would be really good here, even with breaking the contain. Kinetic may have forgotten to get overlord speed, which would be pretty crucial. Although I don't believe he did, especially with the +1 Corsair.
He did get it.
Yeah, okay. I didn't quite see it, but yeah, he would have gone there with +1 Corsairs, hopefully. But once he realizes there's no overlords here for the DT detection or the observer protection, he'll definitely bring some. Yeah, this container's just getting absolutely massive, even bigger than the other game. It's going to be a lot harder, and he's in a lot worse position, this our Protoss, to break it.
It's like a forbidden pepperoni pizza right now in space.
It's pretty good storm, getting 2 lurkers.
Ooh.
Really nicely done. Only losing 2 units.
During the Hydras in as well to get cannon. And now another High Templar coming up.
But we've already got high tech on the way from Kinetic with +1 melee started. Ling attack, or crackling, Defiler Den. We're looking to put this into the next phase of the game for Zerg, which is high tech. And the Lings are just going to get so efficient if there's a lurkers contain up. So efficient, it's not funny. Ooh, really good storm again, getting 2 lurkers.
1-1.
It's really hard to expand the camera on this angle. I need to sort of get rid of the minimap to do it. There we go.
Well, now here comes the Dragoons. Good storm.
Really good storms.
Oh.
Really good
There's
storms.
one thing I can take away from the series is Bayagstar can storm you.
Yeah, he really knows how to use that spell. He's getting like 2 lurkers every time as well, which is really efficient. It looks like he's getting these Hydras to jump on top of those Templar.
Oh.
Another really good storm. We're very quickly running out of Hydra now. Well, yeah, we are also running out of storms.
He has 2 High Templar in the back.
Oh yeah, but they're all trapped all the way behind there. They do have quite a couple of storms on them though. They'll definitely help.
Build the Stargate!
The Stargate's just absolutely hindering us.
Even that Robo. Yeah, well, the main's almost mined out here for Bayagstar.
Yeah, which is the main issue with these contains. So you gotta go quick. Otherwise, both the Zerg contain ramps, and your minerals run out. And we're looking at a really big supply difference of about 20 now. So it's really going to get quite difficult. But he's done a really good job so far, I believe, in our Protoss to really take this game in a different direction.
There's always the position you don't want to be in as a Protoss and PvZ is in this position with the huge lurker contain. Oh, good storm.
Really good storm there. But yeah, like, Kinetic's already got like a couple of bases up with like 7, 8 hatches. He's in a really good position. 55 drones, we're looking at really good. He's finally doing it, Quirky. He's finally killed the Stargate.
Yay. How many High Templar? So he has 5 High Templar at the moment.
Yeah, 2 of them with armor 3 storms
he
on
needs
them.
to kill that. Oh! Needs to kill that Defiler. There it is. There's Dark Swarm, and actually, Dax is actually pushing out. Good storms on these units, but
yeah, just really, really good value from Bayagstar. And it looks like he might pop out, but yeah, these storms with the Lings now, it's going to get really efficient for Bike Wilson. Really, really efficient. We're already starting to make the Archons with the low energy Templar to really put pressure on them. Try and break these Lings underneath the swarms, but yeah, like the goons are just going down now, and soon.
Actually, good storm.
Really, really good storm. Really, really good storm.
And now we can push out.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's doing really well. He's getting out down that ramp. But yeah, like I was about to say, soon the lurkers from up top. Whoa.
Oh!
Bayagstar is actively contradicting me as I'm actively casting it. I thought those 5 lurkers would rain down absolute storm on top of the Zealots and the Archons, but they Kinetic stacked them up and they just got immediately stormed. And now we're in a little bit of a retreat here from Kinetic. Once again, Bayagstar has proven to be, like, you know, he can get out of any blockade. He's just ready to break, but we are fully mined out.
Might as well call him a blockade runner. Jesus.
Yeah, blockade runner indeed. But we are fully mined out now, so what you see is basically what you get. And Kinetic's on like 8 hatches. All he has to do is pump units here. And yeah, as you can see, very quickly diminishing. Really well done from Bayagstar. GG.
GG, well played.
This was an absolutely excellent series.
This was.
Really well played.
That, to be honest, if Bayagstar managed to get a 3rd base in there, like, had somehow managed to get a hidden 3rd in that, this game would have turned on its head once he broke out that contain.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's just if he had just broken it like 2 to 3 minutes earlier, like, he just would have been in such a better spot. But it's hard. It's really hard once the 12 lurkers are up, man. Like, they really hammer in that position for the Zerg, and it's just really hard and really difficult to break. But
yeah,
this was an excellent series. Definitely, I would have been happy for either one of them to go into the finals. But it looks like Kinetic will be contesting for our OSL championship. Who will be his competitor? We'll find out in 5 minutes or so. Just let us take a quick break.